Hello all you lovely computer scientists. Today we're going to be getting into the OOP functions. We're going to be checking out what they do, checking out their limits, seeing how to use them. Basically just going more in depth of how you use functions for objects and all that. That is about it. Quite a short video because we're only explaining one concept. So, good luck. So, when you're working in Python, especially with Python OOP, you want to use functions. Now, you might think, how do you do functions in OOP? Do you just have them outside of classes? Can work sometimes. However, half the time, that is clunky. So instead we use object functions, or otherwise known as class functions. To be fair, it's got, I think, 5, 6 different names that you'll commonly hear, and then like 100 other names which you hear once in a while. But, you know. It's functions which are tied directly to an object and or class. It's tied to both, kind of thing. Yeah. Let's quickly create an object. We'll say the truck can go at 70 kilometers per hour and it weighs 2,000 kg. It's a hell of a truck. We just check if we're able to print out different attributes of it. Okay, let's see. Yep, we can print out the speed. Now, you might look at this and think, seems pretty simple. How do we do a function? Do we just do def? Literally, yes. Def, we'll say drive, is the function. You know, it's a car. We'll use self. We'll say it returns speed divided by a tenth of weight. Then times the whole thing by 100. This is just an example function. But now, if we print truck.drive, sorry. It should. Here is a mistake that it's quite easy to do. You put self on these. Yeah, it's annoying. Hey, 35. Easy as. That is genuinely about it. You can have it do other things. It doesn't have to be returned. It could change values, which is def. I don't know. Rev up. And then it might like increase the speed by 5. Yeah, that. The function doesn't have to return. It can do anything that a normal function can do. And it's generally a lot better because you can have it tied to the objects, and it introduces the concept of polymorphism and method overloading, which I will touch upon probably in another video. But yeah, object functions, easy as this. Now, init is only used for making the objects. Never use init as a function. Just remember that. So, thanks very much. thank you very much for watching the video. I do hope you learned something. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. But especially comment, because I want to make better videos for me, better videos for you, better videos for every single person who watches it. If you've got any specific requests, put them in the comments, and I will try and make a video on them, or link you to a video that I've already made, if so. Happy coding!